Hey, what's up my friends? Ascent here with another new indie game I'd like to talk about. If you've been following the channel, you know I like searching for indie games and trying to bring some attention to them, particularly the ones I myself would wholly recommend. Well, the thing with today's game, Atomic Exile, is I had my eye on it for a while, even had the early access launch marked on my calendar. I was excited for this one. On the channel I have two Zero Sievert videos, which is hands down my favorite in this top-down single-player extraction genre, possibly my favorite extraction shooter overall, and a review for another called Blood Running, which was a perfectly average game. So naturally, I had to pick up Atomic Exile on launch, and honestly, I debated about whether I should make this video, but ultimately it wouldn't be right to only report on the games I personally enjoyed, because I thoroughly disliked this game, and I don't think it's worth anyone's time or money, at least in its current state. To say Atomic Exile is underdeveloped is an understatement, and I already hear the cries of using early access as a defense. Believe me, I get it. The thing is, to me, this game feels like it's still in a proof of concept stage, and hasn't even sketched on a barred napkin what its identity will be upon completion. With a good early access release, you should be able to clearly see the vision and already have a feel for the core game loop as it pulls you in. Hell, I'd argue this is fundamental to the prototype stage of any good game design. Atomic Exile feels like it skipped all of that, and is just trying its best to copy everything from the other games in this space, being of course Escape from Tarkov and Zero Sievert. There's several inexcusable bugs, lack of the most basic polish and quality of life features that make me seriously question why this was released in such a poor state. I'm talking embarrassing things like grating sound effects that repeat while stacking on each other, and a complete lack of a proper gun reloading mechanic, which is absolutely wild to me. I mean, Flash games from the early days were more competent than this. The bottom line is, this thing was at least 6 months off of being ready for even this early beta stage. I'm sorry, but I absolutely hated my time with this game, and I'll be going more into it, but I do warn you that its initial impression is so bad that I just couldn't recover any joy from this mess. It left me with a bad headache and just made me want to go play Zero Sievert, because Atomic Exile isn't even close to half as competent. I really hate being so brutal to an indie game, but I in no way think this is worth its $15 asking price, and I'm not even sure it'll get there given its roadmap seems to think it's got a good foundation to build upon. In fact, right now Zero Sievert is on sale for the same $15 until July 10th, so if this kind of game interests you, I'd go get that instead if you haven't already. By the end, I actually refunded Atomic Exile, something I never do for these early access indies, but I just don't see this one bringing anything worthwhile to the table anytime soon, if at all.